On today's video, we're going to talk about two things. One, singles, and two, sealed. The two, of course, go hand in hand in the Pokemon investing space, but we're going to delve into both. Why are some singles going down in price at the moment? Why are some singles on absolute heaters at the moment? And why is sealed just the absolute king when it comes to investing safely in Pokemon cards? Hey, if you're new to the channel, we talk all things Pokemon card investing on this channel. If you're returning to the channel, I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We are a small channel here. It is the one-man show essentially, so all the support means a lot. The comments down below mean a lot, so thank you heaps if you're tuning in. I really do appreciate it. So, singles. Let's just jump straight into this video. We're going to talk about why some singles are going down, why some are going up, and why sealed is king. Singles, Sword and Shield era. What you'll notice here is a lot of singles, particularly the top chase cards from pretty much every Sword and Shield set is down. If we look at Boss's Order, for example, from Rebel Clash, the most expensive chase card, that is down. If we jump forward to Vivid Voltage, that Pikachu, and look, should it have more time in the sun, giving Surging Sparks as release an SIR Pikachu? Either way, the Rainbow Chonkachu is down from Vivid Voltage. These are all over the last 6 months. They are down. If we go to a more sought after set like Chilling Reign, which has a lot more chase cards in it, the Blaziken is down. Love it or hate it, it's a damn expensive card, but it is down over the last 6 months. Arguably the best artwork from the whole set, Chilling Reign, is that Moltres, and that is also down over the last 6 months. Even if we fast forward to sets like Fusion Strike, which has been on an absolute heater from a sealed perspective, the singles are down. Gengar, in the last 6 months, is cheaper than it was, even if it's making a resurgence. The Espeon, which in my opinion is the nicest alt art from the whole Sword and Shield era, it is down over the last 6 months. Even if we go to Lost Origin, the Giratina now is cheaper than what it was 6 months ago. So what does that tell us? It tells us something pretty important, that when it comes to singles, not everything just goes up and up and up and up forever. They are quite cyclical. If we look at the total time from any single from the Sword and Shield era, we see a lot of this. It's just natural. And if you want to invest in singles, which I choose not to do, but if you want to, go for it. Some of you guys and girls would have made truckloads of money off singles in the last probably 6 months, and that is awesome. Hats off to you. If you've got the time to flip them and sell them and buy them and do everything else in between, grade them, whatever the play might be, that is fantastic. So happy for you if you've done that. Now, the other side is though, when it comes to the money in the hobby and the amount coming in, it's not always stable, is it? Like, it's impossible for it to be stable. At any given moment, I'm just plucking numbers out of the air. At any given moment, we could have 20 million fans collecting English Pokemon cards across the globe. From New Zealand to Australia, to the UK, to the US, to people in Europe collecting English cards, to South America, to Africa, wherever it might be. People collecting English Pokemon cards. Let's say there's just 20 million of them for argument's sake. It could be 10, it could be 5, whatever. The numbers don't matter. At any given moment though, people could hang up the boots and go, you know what, I've had enough of Pokemon, I've got other things on my mind, and any given month, 1 million of those people could leave the hobby. But then maybe another 1 million come in, or maybe 2 million come in to replace the 1 million, so the hobby grows, and therefore the amount of cash injection coming into the hobby also grows. But it's not dispersed evenly. People are a little bit like sheep, aren't they? They tend to follow the prize. And that's where I want to get to when it comes to Scarlet and Violet in a second. I'll bring it up here on the screen. Money just follows money for some reason in the Pokemon card hobby. And if things are reducing, they'll eventually hit the floor until people realize, you know what, that's cheap enough to pick up again. And that's what happens. Like, things are cyclical. Maybe these Sword and Shield old arts that I've just shown have drastically gone down in price. Maybe they'll go back up in 24 months. Look at XY era cards. People said, oh, the artwork's dead, it's not great. But look at them now. We've got Mega Evolutions coming out, and XY singles are on absolute heaters. Like, they're more popular than they've ever been. Same with Sun and Moon cards. A lot of those old arts from Sun and Moon, particularly the tag teams, have done this and have shot back up and everything else in between. But money's not evenly distributed, and sometimes it can go from one place to another. And that's what I think is happening on Scarlet and Violet. A lot of the early sets that are likely to go out of rotation very soon in April next year, to be correct, a lot of them are on absolute heaters. And if we look at sets like, Paldea Evolve, the Magikarp's up, compared to the last 6 months. If we look at sets like Paldea and Fates, we've got 2 awesome chase cards inside there. The Bubble Mew has just been on the biggest heater almost out of any single from the whole Scarlet and Violet era. That card is going insane. It's now the second most expensive chase card from the whole Scarlet and Violet era, behind, of course, none other than the Sunbreon, the not the Moomion, the Sunbryon, the Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions. And it just goes to show that if money leaves one part of the hobby, quite often it's just going somewhere else. The Charizard from Paldean Fates is up. There's so many cards. A lot of 151 cards from Scarlet and Violet are also up. Now, with that in mind, with the fact that singles are volatile and you can make massive gains, like if you'd bought Bubble Muse 3 months ago, geez, you'd be doing well if you sold them right now. If you bought Blaziken Old Arts from Chilling Reign, you wouldn't be going all that well right now. Like, it's hit and miss. With great risk comes great reward. You know, fortune favors the brave, I guess, in some circumstances. But here's the hack or the trick when it comes to sealed. Now, before I jump into it, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is, of course, the Collector app. You can follow my journey down in the content creators section. You can do heaps in the Collectors app, like so much. You can look at every single set. Inside the set, you can filter from price high to low when it comes to hits. So you can see the best hits inside the set. Set analytics you can jump into and see the total set value, which I always harp on about being extremely important to future sealed value of products in there. And the big one now is you can check out realized gains. So previously, you could see the total amount of money you've spent and your total collection value, which is really important, but that's just paper gains. It's not realized gains. Now you can see realized gains. So when you sell your singles and your sealed product, you can list what you sold them for and they'll come up as a realized gain. This is a massive, massive feature added to the app, which is awesome. Again, link in the description to download that. Now, when we go back onto singles versus sealed, and why at the start of the video I just said sealed is king, if we look at all those Sword and Shield sets, particularly something like a Fusion Strike, it's crazy, isn't it? Whether it's Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, Rebel Clash, Vivid Voltage even, whatever we look at, Chilling Reign, all those sets where the top chase cards are cheaper than what they were 6 months ago, where total set values are actually down from where they were 6 months ago, the booster boxes are still rapidly rising in price. Lost Origin has gone absolutely insane in the last few months. Fusion Strike has gone absolutely insane in the last few months. It's almost going to be a battle between Lost Origin and Fusion Strike to be the second booster box to reach $1,000 from the Sword and Shield era. And I remember when these things were just printed to the ground and everyone was saying they're never going to go up in price. Fusion Strike's just a dead investment. Lost Origin will be reprinted to the ground. Everyone's chasing that Giratina. We've heard it all before. Like, in all these booster boxes, even though the singles have been tanking in price, well, I shouldn't say tanking, reducing in price on the cyclical nature that we typically see from singles, the sealed product is still rapidly rising. It's just insane, isn't it? And why is that? Like, why is it such a safe investment to go into a sealed product? Well, it's a pretty simple answer, isn't it, in my opinion? They become a collectible in their own right. They are a deflationary asset as well, essentially. There's a finite amount made, and over time, that amount decreases. And you know what? Whether we see it from investing in modern, or whether we see it from investing in vintage Wizard of the Coast boxes or EX era boxes, there's still less and less on the market as each week or month goes by. You know, we always see those big whales in the hobby. There's the Instagram channels where you'll see them. They're on Whatnot. They're on different rip and ship platforms. They're on YouTube, whatever it might be, where there will be Skyridge boxes ripped, where there will be Aquapolis boxes ripped, where there will be first edition Neo Genesis boxes ripped. And you know what happens over time as the years go by? They just get rarer and rarer. Like Legendary Collection, I remember when I sort of really sank my teeth back into the investing space in 2019 when it comes to sealed products. Legendary Collection booster boxes weren't that dear. And now I think one sold for 120,000 US dollars. Like, it's just insane. Less and less come on the market. That's why sealed products are such a great investment. People will do this because it's fun. People will put sealed products on a display and have it in a spare room because it's cool. It's cool to do that now. It looks good. It's fun. And more than that, they are deflationary, so less and less will be on the market over time. That is why sealed is still king. I thought this would be an interesting video to do because everyone's been talking about how singles just go up and up and up in price, but in fact, most Sword and Shield hits have actually been going down in price. That is the cyclical nature we'll see on Pokemon singles, but the sealed product, even though total set value is decreasing, the sealed product is still going up in price. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.